Hello, my pseudonym is Nowachi, and I'm a human behind this channel. The script for this video, as well as its editing, is entirely my own work. The original concept for the images I use is also mine, and I rely on artificial intelligence to bring them to life. I also use an AI-generated voice to protect my privacy. I hope you enjoy this video. According to the Jehovah's Witnesses interactive doctrinal course titled Enjoy Life Forever, Jehovah's Witnesses claim that God's kingdom began to rule in 1914. In this video, you'll learn how to dismantle that belief in under 7 minutes. Before we begin, don't forget to click the like button so the algorithm shares this content with more people. And if you enjoy my work and want to support critical thinking and common sense, consider subscribing to the channel. If you read Lesson 32 of the publication mentioned, you'll find that the belief that God's kingdom began ruling in 1914 is based on the following 7 premises. 1. That the 7 times mentioned in Daniel 4 verse 16 and 17 indicate when God's kingdom would begin to rule. 2. That the 7 times of Daniel 4 verse 16 and 17 are the same as the appointed times of the nations, mentioned in Luke 21 verse 24. 3. That the counting of the 7 times begins in the year 607 BC, because that's the year when Jerusalem was conquered by Nebuchadnezzar. 4. That each time represents a prophetic year of 360 days. 5. Therefore, 7 times equals 7 times 360, which is 2,520 days. 6. They apply Numbers 14:34 and Ezekiel 4 verse 6 to claim that each day should be counted as a year. Thus, the 2,520 days become 2,520 years. 7. If you count from 607 BC and take into account that there is no year 0, you arrive at 1914. These 7 premises are comparable to a house of cards. If even one of them falls, the entire line of reasoning collapses. So let's take a look at each one. Premise 1. That the 7 times mentioned in Daniel 4 verse 16 and 17 tell us when God's kingdom would begin to rule. If we read Daniel chapter 4 carefully, the only thing that's clear is a story about Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, being humbled by God for 7 times. That is 7 years, so that he would learn that his kingship came from God. Assigning any meaning beyond that is simply trying to see something that isn't there. Premise 2. That the 7 times in Daniel 4 verse 16 and 17 are the same as the appointed times of the nations, mentioned by Jesus in Luke 21 verse 24. When we read the latter text, it's clear that it refers to the period appointed by God during which Jerusalem would continue to be trampled by its enemies. But there is nothing that connects the appointed times of the nations with the 7 times, or 7 years, during which Nebuchadnezzar was humbled. Moreover, let's remember that no one knows the day or the hour. So, if anything, the real meaning is that these are appointed times known only by God, during which Jerusalem would continue to be trampled. Premise 3. That the 7 times begin to be counted from the year 607 BC. There is no evidence that Jerusalem was conquered by the Babylonians in that year. The only ones who claim this are Jehovah's Witnesses, and they don't explain where they got that date from. As you can confirm with a simple internet search, there is a clear consensus among historians and archaeologists that this historical event took place in 586 or 587 BC, not in 607 BC. Premises 4 and 7. They consider that each prophetic year has 360 days. However, when they count from 607 BC to 1914 C, they use years of 365 days. What criteria do they use to apply 360-day years in some cases and 365-day years in others? They've never explained it. Premise 5. It's a simple arithmetic calculation based on all the previous premises. The problem isn't doing the math. The problem is that, as we've already seen, the premises on which the calculation is based are incorrect. Premise 6. Their basis for the day for a year calculation comes from Numbers 14:34 and Ezekiel 4 verse 6. However, when we read the context of Numbers 14:34, we see that God is explaining to the people of Israel why he is punishing them by making them wander 40 years in the desert. And when we do the same with Ezekiel 4 verse 6, we understand that it's a symbolic act God commanded the prophet to perform in order to show the people of Judah that their suffering was the result of their own wrongdoing. There's no valid basis for connecting these passages to the story of King Nebuchadnezzar's humiliation. As we said at the beginning, if even one of the premises fell, the whole house of cards would collapse. But in this case, all 7 of them came crashing down. Trying to find hidden meanings in the Bible, connecting unrelated verses, and taking scriptures out of context is a tradition that began with William Miller and was later imitated by others like Charles Taze Russell, Joseph Franklin Rutherford, and Frederick Franz. This approach is the root of their infamous failed predictions in 1844, 1914, 1925, and 1975, among other dates. If you know a Jehovah's Witness or someone interested in studying with them, share this video with them. And if you'd like to keep learning about Jehovah's Witnesses from an objective perspective, here's some more videos for you. See you soon.